Hello everyone. Before we begin today's story, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our channel's new videos. It's quick, free, and the best way to support us in bringing you more dramatic stories. Your support means the world to us. Where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below. Thank you very much. Now, let's get started. Meet Emily. She's standing in front of an upscale restaurant, nervously clutching her purse, the reflection of her second-hand dress visible in the glass door. She's not supposed to be here, not in a place like this, but she promised her friend Jenny she would go through with the blind date. The nerves are getting to her, her heart racing as she peeks inside. Her shoes are a little scuffed, her dress is old, but she's here, ready to face a world she barely recognizes. Her mind races, imagining what this might lead to, but all she can focus on is the question she's been asking herself all day. Why did I even agree to this? The soft hum of conversation fills the air inside the restaurant. Waiters move between tables, balancing plates and drinks, and the scent of expensive food lingers in the air. Emily feels out of place, like she doesn't belong in this world of polished suits and delicate crystal glasses. She doesn't belong here. And yet, there she is. Her eyes scan the room, her heart pounding. Table 7. Table 7, she mutters under her breath. She checks her phone again, feeling the weight of the message from Jenny, her blind date. Kevin is already there. She needs to find him. Spotting a man sitting alone in the back, she breathes a sigh of relief. This must be him. With a shaky hand, she walks over, her legs feeling like jelly. Hi, you must be Kevin. I'm Emily. Nice to meet you, she says, forcing a smile onto her face. The man, dressed in a perfectly tailored suit, looks up, his eyes briefly scanning her before he blinks in confusion. Hi, Emily, he says, clearly not expecting her. There's a pause. His eyes narrow slightly, as if unsure of what to make of the situation. A brief moment of awkwardness hangs in the air. Emily laughs nervously. I know this is probably a bit awkward. Jenny said you might be a little shy. So don't worry, I'll talk enough for both of us, she says, sitting down across from him. The man hesitates for a second, as if he's about to say something, but then decides against it. He looks at his phone one more time, checking for a message. Emily takes this as a sign to keep talking, her words tumbling out, a mix of nervousness and forced confidence. I get it, blind dates are weird, she continues, trying to break the silence. I mean, Jenny's been trying to set me up with someone for months, but honestly, I've been so busy with work. I'm a waitress, so it's not exactly glamorous, but it pays the bills, mostly. And then there's rent, which, well, let's not talk about that. Enough about me. What do you do? The man looks up, his expression softening. I work in tech, he says, his voice a bit guarded but kind. Tech? That sounds cool, Emily says, a smile tugging at her lips. Coding and all that? I'm terrible with computers, honestly. He smiles faintly, but his eyes remain focused, and something about the conversation feels more genuine than she expected. It's not the kind of exchange she's used to. The small talk flows easily between them. Even though Emily knows it's all built on a mistake, she's sitting at the wrong table. As the conversation continues, Emily feels more at ease, sharing stories of her life. She talks about her struggles, her dreams of opening an art studio, and the challenges she faces every day. The man listens intently, his expression softening as she speaks. For a moment, it feels like she's talking to an old friend, someone who understands her, even though they've just met. But then, a message pops up on her phone. It's from Jenny. Hey Emily, where are you? I'm at table 7, looking forward to meeting you. Kevin. Emily's stomach drops. Her eyes widen in shock as she looks up at the man sitting across from her. Wait, she begins, her voice barely a whisper. You're not Kevin, are you? The man's smile falters, and for a brief moment, guilt flashes across his face. He stands up slowly. No, I'm not Kevin, he admits, looking down. Emily stands up quickly, her cheeks turning red with embarrassment. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone else. This is so embarrassing. Before the man can say anything else, she grabs her coat and heads for the door, her face burning with humiliation. She doesn't even look back, running out of the restaurant into the cold New York night. As she disappears into the street, the man watches her go, a strange mix of regret and curiosity swirling in his chest. Why did he hesitate to correct her earlier? He wonders if he'll ever see her again, and why the thought of never seeing her again bothers him so much. But as Emily walks away, the memory of the conversation lingers in her mind. She wonders whether she'll ever stop thinking about the man she just walked out on, or whether the mistake she made tonight might be the best thing to ever happen to her. Hello everyone. Before we begin today's story, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our channel's new videos. It's quick, free, and the best way to support us in bringing you more dramatic stories. Your support means the world to us. Where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below. Thank you very much. Now, let's get started. Meet Emily. She's standing in front of an upscale restaurant, nervously clutching her purse, the reflection of her second-hand dress visible in the glass door. She's not supposed to be here, not in a place like this, but she promised her friend Jenny she would go through with the blind date. The nerves are getting to her, her heart racing as she peeks inside. Her shoes are a little scuffed, her dress is old, but she's here, ready to face a world she barely recognizes. Her mind races, imagining what this might lead to, but all she can focus on is the question she's been asking herself all day. Why did I even agree to this? The soft hum of conversation fills the air inside the restaurant. Waiters move between tables, balancing plates and drinks, and the scent of expensive food lingers in the air. Emily feels out of place, like she doesn't belong in this world of polished suits and delicate crystal glasses. She doesn't belong here. And yet, there she is. Her eyes scan the room, her heart pounding. Table 7. Table 7, she mutters under her breath. She checks her phone again, feeling the weight of the message from Jenny, her blind date. Kevin is already there. She needs to find him. Spotting a man sitting alone in the back, she breathes a sigh of relief. This must be him. With a shaky hand, she walks over, her legs feeling like jelly. Hi, you must be Kevin. I'm Emily. Nice to meet you, she says, forcing a smile onto her face. The man, dressed in a perfectly tailored suit, looks up, his eyes briefly scanning her before he blinks in confusion. Hi, Emily, he says, clearly not expecting her. There's a pause. His eyes narrow slightly, as if unsure of what to make of the situation. A brief moment of awkwardness hangs in the air. Emily laughs nervously. I know, this is probably a bit awkward. Jenny said you might be a little shy. So don't worry, I'll talk enough for both of us, she says, sitting down across from him. The man hesitates for a second, as if he's about to say something, but then decides against it. He looks at his phone one more time, checking for a message. Emily takes this as a sign to keep talking, her words tumbling out, a mix of nervousness and forced confidence. I get it, blind dates are weird, she continues, trying to break the silence. I mean, Jenny's been trying to set me up with someone for months, but honestly, I've been so busy with work. I'm a waitress, so it's not exactly glamorous, but it pays the bills, mostly. And then there's rent, which, well, let's not talk about that. Enough about me. What do you do? The man looks up, his expression softening. I work in tech, he says, his voice a bit guarded but kind. Tech? That sounds cool, Emily says, a smile tugging at her lips. Coding and all that? I'm terrible with computers, honestly. He smiles faintly, but his eyes remain focused, and something about the conversation feels more genuine than she expected. It's not the kind of exchange she's used to. The small talk flows easily between them, even though Emily knows it's all built on a mistake. She's sitting at the wrong table. As the conversation continues, Emily feels more at ease, sharing stories of her life. She talks about her struggles, her dreams of opening an art studio, and the challenges she faces every day. The man listens intently, his expression softening as she speaks. For a moment, it feels like she's talking to an old friend, someone who understands her, even though they've just met. But then, a message pops up on her phone. It's from Jenny. Hey Emily, where are you? I'm at table 7, looking forward to meeting you. Kevin. Emily's stomach drops. Her eyes widen in shock as she looks up at the man sitting across from her. Wait, she begins, her voice barely a whisper. You're not Kevin, are you? The man's smile falters, and for a brief moment, guilt flashes across his face. He stands up slowly. No, I'm not Kevin, he admits, looking down. Emily stands up quickly, her cheeks turning red with embarrassment. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone else. This is so embarrassing. Before the man can say anything else, she grabs her coat and heads for the door, her face burning with humiliation. She doesn't even look back, running out of the restaurant into the cold New York night. As she disappears into the street, the man watches her go, a strange mix of regret and curiosity swirling in his chest. Why did he hesitate to correct her earlier? He wonders if he'll ever see her again, and why the thought of never seeing her again bothers him so much. But as Emily walks away, the memory of the conversation lingers in her mind. She wonders whether she'll ever stop thinking about the man she just walked out on, or whether the mistake she made tonight might be the best thing to ever happen to her. It's been a few days since Emily's embarrassing blind date, and she still can't shake the memory of the man she mistakenly sat down with. Her mind keeps wandering back to their conversation, how easy it felt, how natural it seemed. She hadn't expected that from someone she thought was just another stranger. But now, all she could do was wonder, what if he'd been Kevin? What if she hadn't made that mistake? Could she have had a chance at something real? Back in her small apartment, Emily is sitting at her kitchen table, eating a quick dinner of reheated leftovers. The space around her is cramped, the worn furniture. A stark contrast to the sleek, polished world she had stepped into that night. She sighs, putting her fork down, lost in thought. Her phone buzzes again, another message from Jenny. It's the third one in as many days, asking if Emily had heard from Kevin. A mix of embarrassment and frustration washes over her as she opens the message, but she doesn't respond. How could she? The truth feels too ridiculous to admit. Emily stands and walks over to the window, staring out at the city skyline. She wonders if her life will ever be different, if the struggles of her daily grind will ever lead to something more. She thinks about her dreams, her art, her studio, a life where she's not constantly on edge about money or her future. But for now, she's stuck in a life that feels too small for the hopes she holds, stuck in a cycle of uncertainty. The next day, Emily's shift at the diner is long, as usual. She's clearing dishes and wiping down tables when a man walks in, glancing around the room as he approaches the counter. He's tall, dressed in a dark coat, and his features are sharp, his jawline set in a way that makes him stand out. Her heart skips a beat. It's him, the man from the restaurant. She freezes, wondering if she's imagining things. But no, there's no mistaking it. It's the same man, the one she thought she'd never see again. He spots her and walks over, his gaze locking with hers. She feels a wave of panic rise in her chest. What is he doing here? He looks calm, almost as if the awkward moment between them never happened. He gives her a small, hesitant smile. Hey, Emily, he says, his voice smooth but tentative. I didn't expect to see you here. Emily stammers, her face flushing with heat. Oh, yeah, I didn't think I'd see you either. You, probably don't remember, but we met at that restaurant a few days ago. The man chuckles softly, as if the situation isn't as awkward for him as it is for her. Oh, I remember, he says with a slight smile. I was going to correct you, but I figured you'd notice soon enough. I should have said something sooner. Emily feels a little embarrassed, but also oddly relieved that he's not holding the mistake against her. She shifts her weight, trying to look casual as she wipes down the counter again. Well, I'm sorry about that, she says, her voice shaky. It was just, well, embarrassing, honestly. I didn't mean to crash your date. He waves his hand, dismissing the apology. No need to apologize. It was a mix-up. I thought it was a pretty funny situation. Besides, it was nice talking to you. I don't think I've had a conversation like that in a while. His words catch her off guard. Really? I mean, I'm just a waitress, but, she trails off, unsure of what to say next. He smiles again, this time more warmly. I didn't mean it like that. I mean, it felt real. You know? Just two people talking, no pretense, no pressure. Emily feels a flutter in her chest, an unexpected warmth spreading through her. She can't help but smile back, her nervousness slowly melting away. Well, thanks, she says softly. I guess we both had our moments of awkwardness, huh? Yeah, definitely. But that's life, right? Awkward moments that turn into something meaningful. There's a pause between them, and for a brief moment, Emily feels a strange connection with this man, Someone she only met by accident. Someone she might have dismissed if she hadn't sat at the wrong table that night. The man looks at her, his expression shifting slightly. Actually, I was wondering. If you're not busy later, maybe we could grab coffee or something. I don't know. I just felt like there's more to talk about. Emily's heart races again, and she feels a little caught off guard by the invitation. She hesitates for a moment, unsure of what to do. But then she remembers how easy it was to talk to him the other night. Maybe this is a chance to do something different, something she doesn't normally get to do. Yeah, sure, she says, finally finding her voice. I'd like that. He grins, and for the first time since their encounter, she feels a flicker of hope. Maybe this wasn't the end of the awkwardness. Maybe it was just the beginning of something else. They exchange a few more pleasantries before he leaves, telling her he'll text her the details later. As Emily watches him walk out the door, she feels a mix of excitement and uncertainty. She's not sure what this all means yet, but for the first time in a long time, she feels like she's stepped into something new. Maybe, just maybe, this time, things could turn out differently. Emily smiles to herself, wiping down the counter one last time. Maybe she'll finally find the chance she's been waiting for. The following day, Emily is back at work, wiping down tables and serving customers, but her mind keeps drifting back to the man she met at the diner. She can't shake the feeling that maybe this could be something more than just a random encounter. After all, they had connected in a way she hadn't expected. She hadn't realized how much she had missed meaningful conversations until she had that brief exchange with him. When her phone buzzes in her pocket, her heart skips a beat. It's a message from him. Hey Emily, it's Liam. Just wanted to confirm if you're free for coffee today. Let me know when you're free. She stares at the screen for a moment, a mix of excitement and nerves bubbling up inside her. Liam. She hadn't expected him to text her, let alone ask to meet again. After everything that had happened, she thought maybe she'd never hear from him again. But here he is, reaching out. It takes her a second to steady herself before she types back. Hey, I'd love to. How about 2 p.m. at that cafe by the park? As the day goes on, Emily can't focus. She's lost in thought, imagining what it might be like to actually sit down with Liam again, this time with no mistakes or awkward misunderstandings. Maybe, just maybe, this could turn into something real. She spends the rest of her shift trying to push those thoughts aside, but when 2 p.m. finally arrives, she's already halfway to the cafe, her heart racing in anticipation. When she arrives, she spots him almost immediately. Liam is sitting at a small table by the window, dressed casually in a light jacket, his eyes scanning through a notebook in front of him. He looks completely at ease, and when he sees her, he gives her that familiar, warm smile. She walks over to him, her nerves returning, but she forces herself to smile back. Hey, Liam, she says, trying to sound casual as she pulls out the chair to sit down. Thanks for suggesting this. I wasn't sure if I'd hear from you after. Well, after the mix-up. Liam laughs softly. I'll admit, I was a little caught off guard by the whole situation, but I'm glad we're doing this. And besides, I really enjoyed our conversation. It felt real, you know? Emily nods, her own smile widening. Yeah, me too. I didn't expect it to be so easy, especially considering. Well, I'm not exactly the type to end up in a fancy place like that. You mean a fancy restaurant? Liam asks, his smile still warm. I don't think that place is as intimidating as you think. It's just food, after all. Emily chuckles, but deep down, she feels a little embarrassed. She knows Liam is being kind, but she can't help but feel out of place in the world he inhabits. Still, she pushes the thought aside, deciding to enjoy this moment. They're just two people talking. Nothing more, nothing less. As they chat, Emily starts to relax. The conversation flows naturally, much like their first meeting. They talk about work, their dreams, their past, and even their favorite things. Emily finds herself laughing more than she expected, and for the first time in a long time, she feels like someone actually sees her. Liam doesn't treat her like she's beneath him, even though their lives are clearly different. It's refreshing. At one point, Liam leans back in his chair, looking at her thoughtfully. So what's your dream, Emily? I mean, you said something about opening an art studio. That sounds amazing. What's stopping you? Emily feels a lump form in her throat. It's a question she's asked herself countless times, but now, sitting across from someone who actually seems to care, it feels more real than ever. She takes a deep breath. It's just, Hard, she admits, her voice soft. I don't have the resources, the support. It feels like a dream that might never come true, you know? I want to do something more. I want to build something for myself. Something that matters. Liam listens intently, his gaze unwavering. You know, I think you could do it. You have the drive, the passion. That's more than most people have. Emily's heart skips a beat at his words. She's never been one to believe in her own potential, but hearing him say it with such conviction, it sparks something. Inside her, maybe she's not as stuck as she thought. The conversation shifts to lighter topics, but Emily can't stop thinking about what Liam said. His encouragement feels genuine, and for the first time in a long time, she starts to believe in the possibility of change. Maybe this coffee meeting isn't just a casual chat. Maybe it's a sign of something more. When they finally part ways, Liam walks her to the door of the cafe. I'm glad we did this, he says, his voice sincere. I'd like to do it again sometime, if you're up for it. Emily smiles, her heart fluttering. I'd like that too. As she walks away, a sense of hope fills her. Maybe it's too soon to know what's going to happen between them, but today felt like a small step forward, a step towards something new. Something that might just change everything. Days pass, and Emily finds herself thinking about Liam more and more. What started as an awkward mix-up during a blind date has turned into something that feels different. She hasn't heard from him in a few days, but she can't shake the feeling that something is building between them. It's not just the coffee date, or the way he encouraged her to follow her dreams. It's the way he made her feel seen, like she wasn't just a waitress in a small diner, but someone with potential, with purpose. One evening, as she's finishing her shift, Emily's phone buzzes. Her heart skips a beat when she sees Liam's name pop up on the screen. Hey Emily, I've been thinking about you. I know you're busy with work, but would you want to grab dinner tomorrow? It's been great getting to know you, and I'd love to talk more. She reads the message again, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. The fact that Liam is reaching out again is enough to make her smile, but a part of her feels unsure. What does he want from this? She still doesn't know enough about him to be completely sure, but the connection between them is undeniable. With a deep breath, she responds, I'd love that. How about we meet at that Italian place by the park at 7? The next evening, Emily arrives at the restaurant a little early, her nerves getting the best of her. The same familiar questions swirl in her mind. What is this really? Is she just setting herself up for disappointment? But then she spots Liam walking through the door, his easy smile making her heart race in a way that feels both exciting and terrifying. He waves when he sees her, and she can't help but wave back. Hey Emily. Liam greets her, his voice warm and genuine. It's good to see you again. You too, Emily says, trying to keep the nervousness out of her voice as she stands up to greet him. She's not sure what she was expecting. Maybe just another casual dinner, or maybe more of the same awkwardness that plagued their first meeting. But tonight feels different. The air between them is lighter, easier. As they sit down and look over the menu, their conversation starts off easy, flowing naturally. They laugh about their favorite movies, their childhoods, the weirdest things they've ever done. But soon, the conversation shifts. Liam leans in slightly, his expression becoming more thoughtful. You know, he begins, I've been thinking about what you said the other day. About your dream of opening an art studio. I really believe you could do it. You've got something special, Emily. I can see it in the way you talk about it. Emily feels a warmth in her chest at his words. No one has ever spoken to her like this before, like her dreams are worth something, like they're actually possible. She takes a deep breath, her fingers curling around the edge of her glass. Thanks, Liam, she says quietly. It's just hard, you know? I don't even know where to start. It's like I'm stuck in this rut, working a job that barely gets me by, and I can't see how anything will change. Liam watches her closely, his expression softening. I get it. But you know, sometimes the hardest part is just taking that first step. I've seen people succeed in ways they never thought possible, just by believing in themselves and taking a risk. His words hit her harder than she expects. She's heard advice like this before, but from him, it feels different. It feels like someone who actually cares about whether she makes it. Someone who believes in her even when she doesn't believe in herself. Maybe you're right, Emily murmurs, not sure if she's ready to take that leap, but feeling a flicker of hope for the first time in ages. The evening continues, and they share a meal, talking about everything and nothing. The chemistry between them is undeniable, and Emily finds herself enjoying his company more than she ever thought she would. It's not just the charm or the good looks. There's something about him, something real and unpretentious, that makes her feel like she's in the presence of someone who truly understands. As they finish dessert, Liam looks at her with a soft smile, his eyes warm. I really like spending time with you, Emily. It's rare to meet someone who just feels real. I hope we can keep getting to know each other. Emily's heart skips a beat. She had no idea how to respond to that. Part of her still feels unsure. Unsure of what this is, unsure of where it's going. But there's something about Liam that makes her want to take that chance, to see where this might lead. I'd like that too, she says, her voice quiet but sincere. As they say goodbye at the door, Liam touches her arm gently, the warmth of his touch lingering even after he pulls away. I'll see you soon, Emily, he says, and she watches him walk away, her mind racing. Walking home that evening, Emily feels a mix of excitement and uncertainty. But one thing is clear. Something between them is shifting, and for the first time in a long time, she's starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, her dreams aren't as impossible as they once seemed. It's been a few weeks since Emily's dinner with Liam, and things between them have only grown more comfortable. They've spent more time together, grabbing coffee, walking around the city, talking about everything and nothing. What started as an accidental encounter has become something she hadn't expected, a genuine connection. But even as she feels herself growing closer to him, there's still a part of her that's unsure. She's not used to feeling this way, not used to letting someone in. One evening, Emily is on her way to meet Liam at a new art gallery opening. She's been looking forward to it all week, but tonight, she can't seem to shake the feeling that something's changed. Maybe it's the way Liam has been acting lately, how he's been more distant in their texts, how their conversations have felt a little more formal. She shakes off the thought, reminding herself that it's probably just in her head. When she arrives at the gallery, she sees Liam waiting by the entrance, his back to her. He looks good, as always, dressed in a sharp jacket that complements his casual, yet put-together style. He turns as she walks up, his face lighting up when he sees her. Hey, Emily, Liam greets her, his voice warm, but there's a hint of something in his eyes she can't quite place. You look amazing. I'm glad you could make it tonight. Emily smiles, her heart skipping a beat at his words. Thanks, Liam. I'm really excited about this. It's been a while since I've seen anything new, especially from artists I admire. She hesitates for a second, wondering if she's reading too much into things. So, how have you been? You've been a little quiet lately. Is everything okay? Liam's smile falters for just a second, but he quickly covers it up with a light chuckle. Yeah, everything's fine. Just been a bit caught up with work, you know how it is. But I'm glad we're here tonight. I really want to hear what you think about this exhibit. I know you're into art. He gestures toward the entrance, his tone shifting back to its usual relaxed vibe. They enter the gallery, and Emily tries to focus on the art around her, but her mind keeps drifting back to the tension she felt earlier. Liam seems distant, and she can't help but wonder why. The conversation shifts as they wander through the exhibit, but it's not as effortless as it usually is. The small talk feels forced, and there's a quietness between them that wasn't there before. After a while, they find themselves standing in front of a large, abstract painting. Liam's gaze is focused on it, but his mind seems far away. So what do you think? Emily asks, trying to break the silence, her voice light. I think it's interesting, but I can't tell if I like it or not. What about you? She looks at him, hoping to see that familiar spark in his eyes. Liam takes a long breath, his eyes still locked on the painting. It's definitely thought-provoking, he says, his voice lower than usual. I guess it's like life, you know? Sometimes you're not sure whether you love it or hate it, but you can't stop staring at it. You can't look away. He turns to her, finally meeting her gaze. Kind of like us. His words hang in the air, and Emily feels a pang in her chest. She blinks, trying to process what he's saying. Her heart races, but she's not sure if it's from confusion or something else. What do you mean? She asks softly, her voice almost a whisper. Liam shifts uncomfortably, his gaze dropping to the floor for a moment before he looks back up at her. I don't know. I guess I've been thinking a lot about us lately, about where this is going. And honestly, I'm just not sure if I'm the right person for you. His words catch her off guard, and she feels a knot form in her stomach. Emily's heart drops. What do you mean? You've been the most real person I've met in a long time. I thought. I thought we were on the same page. She tries to hide the hurt in her voice, but it slips through. Liam runs a hand through his hair, looking frustrated. I know. I really like you, Emily. I do. But I've been thinking about my life, about the things I want, and I'm not sure I can give you what you need. I've been so focused on work and, well, everything else. Maybe I'm just not ready for something like this. His voice trails off, and Emily feels her chest tighten. The words hit her harder than she expected, and for a moment, she's speechless. She opens her mouth to respond, but finds herself at a loss for words. Everything between them has felt so easy, so natural, and now this feels like a punch in the gut. Finally, she speaks, her voice soft but firm. I don't know if I understand what's going on, Liam, but I do know this. I've never felt more alive, more myself, than when I'm with you. I thought we were building something real. She pauses, the weight of her words hanging in the air. If you don't feel the same, that's fine. But I need you to be honest with me. I can't keep guessing. She feels the tears threaten to spill, but she pushes them back, standing tall. Liam looks at her, his expression softening. I don't want to hurt you, Emily. I just don't know if I'm the right person for you. But I'm not giving up on this. Not completely. I need time to figure things out. I want to be sure before I dive in, you know? I don't want to mess things up. His voice is quieter now, but Emily can hear the sincerity in it. For a moment, Emily is quiet, trying to process everything. Her heart is torn between the desire to run away and the urge to hold on. Finally, she takes a deep breath and nods. I get it. Just don't take too long, okay? She offers him a small, sad smile before turning toward the door. As she walks out of the gallery, Emily feels a mix of hope and fear. She's not sure what the future holds for her and Liam, but she knows one thing for sure. She can't keep waiting for something that may never come. Whatever happens next, she's going to move forward, with or without him. It's been a few days since Emily had that difficult conversation with Liam at the gallery. She's tried to focus on work, on keeping busy, but it's hard to shake the feeling that things between them might never be the same again. The weight of his words lingers in her mind, leaving her with more questions than answers. She doesn't know what to do with herself anymore. Should she move on? Or is there still a chance for them? The uncertainty keeps her up at night, tossing and turning, replaying the conversation over and over in her head. One afternoon, as she's walking through the park on her break, Emily's phone buzzes. She pulls it out, and her heart races when she sees a message from Liam. Hey Emily, can we talk? I know things got a little intense the other night, but I've been thinking a lot, and I need to explain. Can you meet me at the park later? Her stomach flips. She wasn't sure if she was ready for this, but she can't ignore him. She replies quickly, trying to keep her emotions in check. Sure, I'll be there. She presses send, feeling a mix of anticipation and dread. She has no idea what he's going to say, but part of her hopes that this time, things will make sense. As she walks to the park, Emily's thoughts race. What if he's changed his mind? What if he doesn't want to continue what they started? The uncertainty feels suffocating. She reaches the park a few minutes early, standing by a fountain, trying to calm herself. She watches the water trickle down, focusing on the sound to distract herself from her swirling emotions. Then, she sees him. Liam is walking towards her, looking a little out of place in the casual setting. His shoulders are slightly hunched, his hands stuffed in his pockets, and his face is tense, like he's unsure of what to say. When he spots Emily, his face softens, and he walks up to her slowly, taking a deep breath before speaking. Emily, he begins, his voice hesitant but genuine. I'm really sorry for what happened the other night. I've been thinking a lot about what I said, and honestly, I was just scared. I didn't want to admit it, but I've been feeling something for you for a while now, and I didn't know how to handle it. I was pushing you away because I didn't want to get hurt. He pauses for a moment, looking at her with a mix of vulnerability and hope. But I can't stop thinking about you, Emily. I didn't mean to make you feel like I was pulling away. He takes a step closer to her, his voice softening. I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to try. I just need to know if you're willing to give this a chance. Emily stands there, processing his words. For a moment, all she can do is stare at him, her heart pounding. She's not sure if she's ready to trust him again, but his sincerity makes her pause. She feels the weight of the decision pressing on her, and part of her wants to run. Run from the fear of getting hurt again, from the uncertainty of it all. But another part of her, a part she's been ignoring for so long, wants to give him a chance. Maybe it's crazy. Maybe it's risky. But in that moment, she realizes that she can't keep hiding from what she feels. I've been scared too, Emily admits, her voice barely above a whisper. I didn't know where we stood, and I wasn't sure if I could trust you. But I've missed you, Liam. I've missed us. And if you're willing to try, then so am I. She steps closer to him, her heart racing. But this can't be something half-hearted. We have to be honest with each other. No more running away. If we're doing this, we're doing it for real. She looks up at him, searching his eyes for any sign of doubt. Liam's eyes soften, and a smile breaks across his face. I promise, Emily. No more running. I'm all in. He reaches out and takes her hand, the warmth of his touch sending a wave of comfort through her. In that moment, everything else fades away. The worries, the doubts, the uncertainty, none of it matters. They're here, together, with the chance to build something real. It won't be easy, and it might take time, but for the first time in a while, Emily feels like she's not just dreaming about a better future. She's living it. As they stand there, hand in hand, the world feels just a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter. And Emily knows that whatever happens next, she's ready to face it, with Liam by her side. As the weeks pass, Emily and Liam's relationship begins to settle into something more comfortable, more real. They spend weekends together, exploring the city, visiting art exhibits, and talking late into the night about everything from their childhoods to their hopes for the future. They both know there's still a lot of uncertainty ahead, but they're learning to take things one step at a time. Liam is open with her, more than he's ever been with anyone, and Emily is starting to open up too, letting him into parts of her life she'd kept hidden for so long. One evening, after another quiet dinner at Liam's apartment, they're sitting on the couch, drinking wine. The soft hum of the city can be heard through the window, and the dim light casts shadows around the room, making everything feel intimate. Emily feels at home here, with Liam, in a way she never thought possible. So, Liam says, breaking the comfortable silence, I've been thinking about something. You said you wanted to open an art studio, right? Emily looks at him, surprised by the question. She had mentioned it in passing, but never expected him to bring it up again. Yeah, she replies softly, nodding. It's always been a dream of mine, but I don't know if it's realistic. I mean, I'm still figuring out how to get there. I don't have the money, the connections, it just feels impossible sometimes. Liam leans forward, his eyes focused on her, the intensity in his gaze making her heart flutter. You know, I think you're closer than you realize. You've got the talent, and you've got the drive. What you need is just a little push, a little faith. And I want to help you with that. Emily's heart skips a beat. She can't believe what she's hearing. What do you mean? How could you help me? She feels a wave of hesitation, unsure if she's ready to accept help in such a big way. Liam takes a deep breath, his expression soft but serious. I've been thinking about it for a while now, he says. I've got the resources, Emily. I've built my life on making things happen, and I want to help you make your dream a reality. If you're willing to take the risk, I can help you with the funding, the space, and even connections in the art world. You can focus on what you do best, creating, and I'll take care of the rest. Emily is speechless, her mind racing with a million thoughts. She never expected something like this. Liam's offer feels too good to be true, and part of her wants to push it away. She's not used to people offering such generous help without some sort of catch. But then, she looks at him, and she knows that his offer comes from a place of sincerity. He's not just trying to buy her dreams or control her. He wants to see her succeed. He believes in her. Liam, I don't even know what to say, Emily says, her voice shaky. This is everything I've ever wanted, but I don't want to owe you. I don't want things to get complicated between us. You're already doing so much for me. Liam reaches over, gently taking her hand in his. Emily, you don't owe me anything. This is about your dream, not about me. I want you to succeed, and I'm in your corner, no matter what. You've got so much potential, and I believe in you more than you know. If you're willing to take the leap, I'll be right there with you, every step of the way. Emily feels a lump form in her throat. She's been so afraid of letting people help her, of feeling like she's not worthy of something this big. But here Liam is, offering everything he can, asking nothing in return except her trust. She can't deny that she feels something real with him, something that goes beyond the surface. And for the first time in a long time, she's ready to take a chance. Okay, Emily says, her voice steady, though her heart is racing. I'll do it. I'll take the leap. I'll let you help me. But only if we're in this together, as equals. I don't want you to feel like you're saving me, Liam. I want to make this work for both of us. Liam smiles, his eyes lighting up with genuine happiness. You've got it. We're in this together. I'm proud of you for taking this step, Emily. In that moment, everything changes. Emily realizes that this isn't just about her dream anymore. It's about building something with Liam, about trusting him, and about taking a chance on herself. For the first time in her life, she feels like she's exactly where she's supposed to be. They sit in comfortable silence for a moment, the weight of their conversation settling in. Emily leans her head on Liam's shoulder, feeling a sense of peace she hasn't felt in years. The future is still uncertain, but for the first time, she feels like she has a partner to face it with. And as she drifts off to sleep later that night, she knows that this is just the beginning of something new, something real. Months go by, and Emily's life starts to change in ways she never expected. With Liam's help, she begins to take the first steps toward opening her art studio. She finds a small, cozy space in the heart of the city, just the right size for her vision. It's a slow process, filled with late nights spent painting and planning, but Emily feels more alive than she has in years. The excitement of chasing her dream is finally becoming a reality. Through all of this, Liam is right there with her, supporting her every step of the way. He helps her with the logistics, connects her with people in the art world, and gives her the confidence to push through the challenges that come with starting something new. They spend more time together than ever, and each moment only deepens their connection. What started as a simple gesture of kindness, his offer to help her, has turned into something real, something neither of them expected. One evening, after a long day of working on the studio, Emily sits on the couch in Liam's apartment, a tired smile on her face. Liam is sitting beside her, his arm around her shoulders, as they talk about the progress they've made. She leans into him, feeling the weight of the past few months settle in her bones. She's exhausted, but happy. She never imagined she'd be here, living her dream, surrounded by people who believe in her. She certainly never imagined she'd be here with Liam. You know, Emily says, her voice soft, I can't believe how much things have changed in such a short time. I feel like I've finally found a place where I belong. She turns her head to look at him, her eyes searching his face. I never thought I'd get this far. I thought I was stuck. But now, I feel like anything is possible. Liam smiles, his eyes reflecting the same sense of fulfillment. I'm glad I could help you make it happen. But Emily, you did the hard part. You took the leap. You believed in yourself, even when it was hard to see the way forward. Emily feels a wave of emotion rise in her chest. I couldn't have done it without you, though. You helped me see that it wasn't just a dream. You made me believe I could actually do it. Liam reaches for her hand, holding it gently in his. I believe in you, Emily. More than you know. He pauses, his voice becoming softer, more serious. And I'm proud of everything you've accomplished. You've worked so hard, and it's paying off. The weight of his words settles over her, and Emily feels a lump form in her throat. She's not sure what she expected when they first met, but she certainly didn't expect this. This partnership, this feeling of being truly seen and appreciated. She never thought she would have someone who believed in her this much. Thank you, Liam, Emily whispers, her voice trembling slightly. For everything. For believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Liam's smile softens, and he leans in to kiss her forehead gently. You don't have to thank me. I'm just happy to be part of your journey. He pauses for a moment, his eyes searching hers. There's something I've been meaning to tell you, Emily. Emily looks up at him, her heart racing. She's not sure what's coming, but her instincts tell her it's important. She waits, her breath caught in her chest. Liam takes a deep breath, his eyes filled with sincerity. I love you, Emily. I've loved you for a while now, and I can't imagine my life without you in it. His words hang in the air, and for a moment, Emily is silent, overwhelmed by the depth of his confession. Emily's heart swells, and a smile spreads across her face. I love you too, Liam, she says softly, her voice full of emotion. I never knew how much I needed you until you came into my life. They sit together in the quiet of the room, the soft glow of the city lights outside casting a warm glow over them. Emily feels like she's finally found where she's supposed to be, not just in her career, but in her life, with Liam by her side. She knows the road ahead won't always be easy, but for the first time, she feels ready to face whatever comes next. Because now, she's not doing it alone. The future feels bright, and for the first time in a long time, Emily feels like she's exactly where she belongs. With Liam by her side. Months pass, and Emily's art studio has finally opened its doors. The small, cozy space that once felt like an impossible dream is now a bustling reality. The walls are filled with her paintings, each one a reflection of her journey, her struggles, and her triumphs. She's not just living her dream, she's thriving in it. And as she looks around the studio, surrounded by the art she's worked so hard to create, Emily can't help but feel a deep sense of pride. She's come so far from where she started. She's not the same person she was when she first met Liam, and it's because of the support, love, and belief he's given her. She still has moments of doubt, moments when the weight of her dreams feels heavy, but those moments are few and far between now. She knows she's capable of more than she ever thought possible. One evening, after a long day of working in the studio, Emily meets Liam for dinner at their favorite restaurant. As they sit down at the table, their eyes meet across the candlelight, and she feels a flutter in her chest. She still gets nervous around him, still feels that spark, and she knows that's something rare. They've been through so much together, but their connection has only deepened. "I can't believe how much has changed," Emily says, her voice soft but full of gratitude. "I remember when I first started this journey, I didn't even know where to begin. But here I am, with this studio, and I've got you by my side. I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I'd be this happy." Liam reaches across the table, taking her hand in his. "I'm proud of you, Emily. You've worked so hard, and you've built something incredible. And I've been lucky enough to be a part of it. You've always had this fire in you, and now you're showing the world what you're capable of. I'm just glad I could help you see it too." Emily smiles, her heart swelling with emotion. "You've done more than just help me. You've believed in me, even when I couldn't believe in myself. And because of you, I'm living my dream." She squeezes his hand, her eyes locked on his. "I don't think I could have done it without you, Liam." The warmth in Liam's eyes matches the sincerity in his voice. "You did it, Emily. You believed in yourself, and that's what made all the difference. But I'm glad I was here to help you along the way. I'll always be here for you. And no matter what happens next, we'll face it together." Emily's heart races, and for the first time in a long time, she feels completely at peace. They've both been through so much, and yet here they are, stronger and more connected than ever. She knows that the future is still uncertain, that life will continue to throw its challenges their way, but she also knows that she's not alone anymore. With Liam by her side, she feels like anything is possible. As they finish their dinner, Emily and Liam leave the restaurant and walk hand in hand under the stars. The city is alive around them, but in this moment, it feels like it's just the two of them. They've built something real, something that goes beyond the art studio, beyond the dreams Emily once thought impossible. They've built a life together. Emily looks up at Liam, her heart full. "You know," she says softly, "I never thought I'd find someone who would understand me the way you do, who would love me, even when I didn't believe in myself." Liam smiles, his eyes warm with affection. "I love you, Emily, and I always will." They stop for a moment, standing together beneath the night sky, and in that quiet, peaceful moment, Emily knows that this is just the beginning. The journey isn't over, it's only just begun. With Liam by her side, there's no dream too big, no obstacle too great. Together, they can face whatever the future holds. And for the first time, Emily knows that whatever comes next, they'll tackle it together, with love, trust, and the strength they've built together.